And suddenly the idea for this came up. It's probably been percolating for a while because I've always thought it'd be fun to tell the backstory about how a song came to be written. And so that's what happened with this, and then suddenly it just blossomed into this show. When I lived in New York, before I ever said out loud that I was a performer, I worked at NBC producing on-air promotion. And I worked with a guy named Alex. Alex was pursuing a career as a television executive. He wanted to climb the corporate ladder. So this eventually led him to a job in Philadelphia. He became head of promotion at KYW TV in Philly. Now, I had sung some of my kids' songs for Alex's little girl, like goldfish belong in the water, regardless of their whim. They can float on their sides or paddle on their backs, but they've just got to swim. Or,
I am Regina, the laughing hyena. Won't you laugh with me?
or this one.
You can't catch me because I'm the elusive fly.
Thank you very much. So Alex called me from Philadelphia. Well, I got to interrupt myself for a second here because the guy who replaced Alex wrote jokes in his spare time. He'd get a few bucks for any joke that he could sell to a comedian. And he often tried them out on me. So he came in one day and said, I told my 7-year-old daughter last night that I was going to Philadelphia. She said, what are you going to fill it with? Yeah, well, like you, nobody bought that joke. Okay. So Alex called me from Philly and told me that they were starting a new kids show at KYW TV and that I should come down and audition. He said the guy played a character called Lorenzo and that he'd been successful in Baltimore and St. Louis before coming to Philadelphia. And this rang a tiny bell because I started my show business career in St. Louis too, and I vaguely remembered some friends talking about this Lorenzo character. So Alex gave me the director's number and told me that he was expecting a call from me. The director asked me to come down the following Sunday. So I grabbed my uke and jumped on a train early Sunday morning. I figured I'd do Goldie the Goldfish, Regina the Laughing Hyena, and The Elusive Fly. I probably didn't have many other songs then anyway. But when I got there, the director took me into the studio and introduced me to Lorenzo. Well, it turned out we had mutual friends in St. Louis. I figured this could give me a leg up. Now, if they like my songs, I might catch a gig. Then somebody rolled in this green chalkboard and Lorenzo drew a wavy line across the top and said, that represents the ocean. Then the director turned to me and said, when the floor manager gives you a cue, start singing. I said, start singing what? He said, one of your songs. You've got a bunch of kids' songs, right? I said, yeah, but he said, okay, when he gives you a cue, start singing. We're going in 10. I thought I was there to audition. They thought I was there to be a guest on the show. I liked their thinking better. So when I got my cue, I sang a song, and later on I got another cue and I sang another song. And that's how I became a regular on Lorenzo and his friends, okay? Fade out, fade in. It's now sometime later, a year or so, and by now I'm a member of the team. I have written new songs for different situations we've had on various shows. And I get there this one Sunday morning and the director comes up to me and says, look, he said, we're having a couple of Chinese women on the show today. They're doing a table tennis exhibition. I said, yeah, so? He said, so do you have a song we can use? And I said, for a table tennis exhibition? He said, yeah. I said, no. He said, can you write one? I said, how much time do I have? He said, we're going on the air in 1 minute. I wrote this song in 1 minute. It's the ping pong song. I could sing it all day long, while all the folks in Venice may call it table tennis. To me it's just the ping pong song. Now that's all I sang. It wasn't until years later that, with the help of Mark Twain, I found a way to do that song that made it a lot more fun. It's the ping pong song. I could sing it all day long, while all the folks in Venice may call it table tennis. To me it's just the ping pong song. It's the ping pong song. I could sing it all day long, while all the folks in Venice may call it table tennis. To me it's just the ping pong song. It's the ping pong song. I could sing it all day long, while all the folks in Venice may call it table tennis. To me it's just the ping pong song. It's the ping pong song. I could sing it all day long, while all the folks in Venice may call it table tennis. To me it's just the ping pong. Song. Now, the way Mark Twain helped was this. He had a story that he used to tell during his lecture tours where he would repeat the same thing over and over until people realized how stupid it was and started laughing. So I keep singing this song over and over until I get a laugh. There's only one time when it didn't work so far. And that was when I did it for a bunch of ranchers in Montana. I kept singing and singing and singing and didn't even get a little response. Nobody cracked a smile. They sat there like a jury waiting to send me to the gas chamber. I must have gone over it 12 times, maybe more, and I just stopped.